Alright YouTube, welcome back to Kung Fu Science. Today on the channel, I'm going to be talking about punching in Wing Chun. How many different punches are in Wing Chun? Well, that's a very dramatic topic. Actually, Wing Chun in general is a super sketchy topic. Everybody wants to start a fight about it. Everybody wants to argue about everything possible in Wing Chun. It's one of the most political martial arts on the planet. I actually have talked to several other martial artists, and they say that the two most political ones are Wing Chun and Ninjutsu. Those are the most political martial arts. But anyway, so let's get political. How about it? You have to keep an open mind. Let's just say that. So if you watch any of my videos, you're going to notice that I don't have a closed mind about Wing Chun. I have quite a variety of views and points of views that I take on martial arts and Wing Chun in general that may not be the most famous and popular amongst other people. So anyway, punching in Wing Chun. How many different punches are there? A lot of people say there's only one. The vertical fist, low elbow, short, chain punch even. Kyun, or chum choi, or what's the other word for it? I don't know. I don't remember. There's a bunch of different words for it. I just call it chain punching. But anyway, traditionally speaking, or generic Wing Chun speaking, the like Laura Lynn brand, the Walmart brand of Wing Chun, the chain punches are all with short, low elbows. Right? And some people do them with big circles. Some people do them with short circles. And some people do them with the hands slightly turned this way. Some people do them with them over top. But like by default, it's usually short, low elbow punches like this. Right? But that's very limited. And they say, okay, well, Wing Chun's supposed to be a close quarters martial art. You're supposed to be short distance, elbow distance away from somebody. That's just one range. Martial arts take place in 5 ranges. Being that close isn't going to always happen. And I've had a Sifu argue with me. He said, not my Sifu, a different Sifu, argue with me. He said, the reason we don't fully extend our punches, we don't want to overcommit. Okay, I get that. But you're cutting yourself short stopping here. You're not really overcommitting by fully extending your arm if you're not leaning into it, right? This to me would be overcommitting my punch. I lean forward, put all my weight forward, too much, overcommitted, I even fall down. And even that, like even leaning forward like that, might not necessarily be overcommitted. It's overcommitted when you've committed so far, so much that you get yourself taken off balance. But if you fully extend your chain punches, even if it's at close range, you hit through your opponent. You may not punch, you're not going to punch a hole through him and your arm come out the other side, or, nothing like that. But like Bruce Lee said, you must punch past your target. If my target's here and I only go, yeah, that hurts. That hurts. That's for sure. It's powerful. That's for sure. But if I go and fully extend my arm through it, you really get a lot more. You get a lot more out of it. Plus, if I'm at boxing range with someone and I want to close the distance, I can't just chain punch up their arm until I get close enough to hit them. No one's going to throw a punch at you and just stand there and let you do 15 techniques to get up his arm to his face. You might have to fully extend your arm and cut through his punch and hit him in the face. You might have to get him from this range. You might have to go boom, pow, 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 and then close the distance. You might have to. And you shouldn't limit yourself to just here. Okay, so that's still one punch. That's chain punching. You got short range, you got full extension. Is that it? Is that all there is? I don't think so. This is where you start getting a little controversial. This is when it starts getting weird. To me, there's a lot more to Wing Chun than structure, than just shape, than just idea, just bottom 3 knuckles. In fact, there is something in Wing Chun that's a little more rare, but is present, and it's really present in all martial arts. It's just not always taught, but the masters usually have it. Something called Wing Chun, or to whip your punches. Muhammad Ali, they asked him in an interview, many times actually, how is your jab so powerful? How has your jab got so much in it, but it looks like you're barely doing anything at all? He says, I'm lizard licking it. That is to relax and whip. So lizard licking would be something like this, right? You got a little flick on the end, right? Well, that can be on your punches. That can be on any punch. That can be on your punches in Wing Chun. In fact, lizard licking or jiggling your arm, letting yourself relax, causes a whipping motion, which is basically like getting hit with a beanbag in the face. So if you take like you take a rock and you throw it at a brick wall. When it hits the brick wall, it'll scratch, do some damage, disappear, gone, right? There's surface damage there, but the rock is gone. If you take a beanbag and you throw it at the rock, boom, it hits and it stays for a second. You know, it's not literally going to stick there, but the energy spreads out into the wall, boom, and there's solid impact, then it falls straight down in front of it. So if you have that concept in your punches, right, instead of squeezing your fist and being really hard like a rock and scratching and doing surface damage and then bouncing off and God knows where your energy goes after that, you relax your arm, you hold a baby bird in here. They say if you squeeze too hard, the head goes up, the shit goes down. We don't want to do that. We want to keep this baby bird alive. So experiment with this, and this is not the only video I'm going to do on this. This is just me talking about all different kinds of punches. But anyway, practice with a friend, practice with a pad, have a baby bird in your hand. In boxing, they do the same thing. You want to have a relaxed hand. You don't want to squeeze your fist. For one, that burns energy, right? So if you can Wing Chun, you're basically augmenting your punches to be more relaxed, to use less energy, and to whip and to make impact go inside instead of surface damage, right? So that being said, sometimes you don't just whip from the center, right? In Wing Chun, you can't always cut down the center line. If there's something in the way, you have to clear it or go around it, right? So maybe you might punch from over to the side over here, right? Or punch from over here, and get over something that's in the way, and you hit it with your arm and forearm, knocking it out of the way anyway, right? What about this? Punch this way. It's Wing Chun still too. You know, usually like this, right? You've seen this before. There's those sort of things. Your arm's still coming straight out and jiggling at the end. So you can do that in Wing Chun. Totally. If you think about the double knives, sometimes the strikes in the double knives are sideways like this, right? Sometimes they do it like this. They don't always chop straight down like this. Sometimes they have to be sideways, right? Well, you just get rid of the double knives and you just do your hand. That's a punch. And it's totally there. It's totally present. In part 2 of this video, I will actually, probably multiple parts of this video, break down each type of punching with a partner. Today I just have my partner with me. So anyway, totally. You can jut their arm down, punch over, right? You might not have time to do the turn. You might not have time to hit with the bottom 3. And even then, you can still torque and do that bottom 3. Even then. At the last minute. Okay? So we've got that. Some people's Muji form has a move like this. Right? Some people's Chum Q has turns like this. Right? This shape can be an elbow going back this way, elbow going forward this way, but it can also be a hooking punch. Bam! Right? And using wham! Right? So you might have to come from the side and do a punch like this. These are in there too. Why not? What happens if I'm from the side? If this is really right, come to the side, boom, and I'm like this, and then follow up, or whatever. Right? So you got these. What about back fist? What about the overroll punch, or rollover punch? Some people in Wing Chun do it. Some people don't. Rollover fox out though. You have a pivot point right here in chi sao, where your hand can roll over like this. Right? It can be a fox out, fark sao, fox, whatever you want to call it. Or boom, you can totally do a fist there. Totally do a fist there. Why not? right? So you can punch this way, 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 punch this way, punch down this way if you want. It's all present. It's all available. I wouldn't limit myself to these. All right, and you see, I'll mention this time and time again. You'll see in plenty of videos people getting their ass beat doing Wing Chun where they're only right. That's all they got. Someone who's good with their hands, just back up and punch right over your shit. Pum. What are you gonna do about that? Especially if they don't leave it there. It's gone. It's gone. You can't go to all that. You can't do that. That's not how it works. So you need to be able to close the gap. You need to be able to punch full distance. Okay? So if you like the video, please let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. If you got any questions, you want to tell me I'm bullshit, you want to argue politics, you want me to make anything else, you got any other questions about it, just let me know. I would love to see your feedback, and as always, I appreciate it. So anyway, we'll see you next time on Kung Fu Science. What's in your Kung Fu?